Hello, my friends. We are back. We are struggling. We are grinding on that road to 1400. Let's see what we can do today. Let's go. All right, new day, new challenge. Let's go. All right, we're pushing the pawn in front of the queen. D pawn, so let's get our bishop out next. Okay, knight up, and then we're going to push this pawn. Okay. I'm going to push that pawn. I'm going to bring my knight up here. I'm going to castle, and then we're going to go up, and we're going to put the knight right there. E5. What's going on here? Oh, okay. It's just taking time to think. All right. We're ready today. We're jazzed today. Let's go. All right, a lot of thinking going on. That's good. Let's waste some time. Okay, castle. All right, now we bring our knight up. Doesn't matter what they take with. We're going to take back with the pawn. This would also be a good move. Take back with this pawn. That'd be great for us. Now we also have some rook up and over. Okay, we're just going to bring the bishop back. All right. I assume one of these pieces is going to take here. Okay, now what we can do is we can get our queen up here. All right. We can do that. Okay, so there's some idea for sacrifice here, but we have to have our bishop open. So let's just go here. Let's go here for now. If there's a push here or here, we can work with that for sure. So if he pushes this pawn here, we're just going to jump this knight over. All right. We'll just bring this back. Okay, the position is getting a little tight. Might want to bring my rook up anyway. Okay. All right, so there is still this here. So what if I were to bring my knight up here? Okay, kind of thought that would happen, so we're going to take that. We're going to move our knight. And now we have a target here. If he brings his bishop out here, then we're not going to target that pawn. We're just going to leave it. We're going to work around it. Okay. Let's reposition our bishop. Now we can also push this pawn, take here, take with the knight. If they take back with the bishop, then we've got the rook. Okay, so now we got double attack going on here. So let's do that. Okay. So this is still pretty strong structure. There might be some ideas coming here. This knight's actually in a pretty good position right now. Okay, so now we're going to jump. Jump the knight over, go for the rook. Now we could take the bishop, but is there something better that we can do here? Let's take the bishop. And then we'll replace that knight. Attack the queen. Okay. So what if we were now to do this, and let's just see if we can get this pawn up here to just solidify that knight. And that king's got nowhere to go. Okay, now what we can also do, if it's taken here, okay, we could take with the queen, or we could take with the pawn. Let's take with the pawn. Okay. Let's just go here. Looking to go up here and then maybe over here. Let's get some room in here. So if he doesn't take here, then I'm going to push that pawn. So we can take there, get the rook over, and then do some damage. Okay. So the pawn is going to move. Alright, maybe not. So let's get this rook up. Okay, so now we can go up, but then there's two attackers there. So let's do this for now. We can give a check. But then what do we have after that? That queen is defending here and here. Let's put some pressure on that rook. We do have an escape square to come back to for the queen, so that's fine. We'll come back here. That was not a good move. Okay, so he didn't do what I thought he was going to do. That won't be good either. So let's just come down here for now. We can swing this rook over and come for this pawn. And then maybe we can bring the other rook over, come for the pawn again, and attack the queen. Okay, so I am decently up on time, which is a good thing. Okay, what does that do? Let's just continue going for that pawn, because it will be a little bit of a danger for sure. So we get that pawn. Okay, so he protects there. Okay, do that. Let's just come back down here for now. And we'll get our bishop down here. Okay, well, we're going to take that. Okay. Bring the bishop back. Okay, now we have eyes on this pawn. I will have to get my king out of the way. Okay, moving the king out of the way. Now we have eyes on this pawn. And we've also got a check here. So it looks like I'm up 1 minute and 50 seconds. So now, this is the only real choice. Okay, we'll go with check. Okay. So there is this, there's that, so we can do this. Okay, so what do we got here? That might be the only move. Queen comes down. I block. Queen takes. I take. I think that's pretty much what we've got right now. Okay. So we're going to start moving the pawn up. I'm going to try to move my king over this way if we can. Okay. Okay, so we got that one on time. That was pretty close, but there we go. All right, let's go for another one. Okay, we got the black pieces this time, and we will see what we get to open with. Okay, it's going to be a Caro again. Okay. Okay, now let's just get a piece out here first, then we'll get the bishop out. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to take that bishop. Okay. We're going to close that up. If the queen comes down here, we're just going to put queen there, or we can actually just move our queen up and we can just trade queens. So we'll see if they want to trade queens. All right, so we trade the queens. Now we're going to bring our bishop out. All right, we'll bring a bishop out. We're in a castle. Okay. Let's just do that for now. Okay, well, we could take that. I think that was probably a pre-move because oopsie. Alright. We can push this pawn up. We can kick that knight out. Knight doesn't have a lot of squares to go to. So we'll do that first, and then we're going to castle. Alright, so what are we still thinking? Alright. And we also want to add these moves in here too at some point. But the first thing we're going to do is we're probably going to push that pawn. And then castle. It's a fun, the Caro is a fun and pretty effective defense for white when they play e4. So if you haven't learned the Caro, I suggest checking it out. It's a pretty decent defense. Alright, a lot of time being spent here on the other side trying to make a move. I hope they don't just run the clock out. That wouldn't be too fun. If they do, then I'll just I'll edit this and skip ahead to the end of the game, but hopefully that's not the case here. Okay, so as you can see, my opponent decided to run down the clock. That's alright, so we got the win, and that's good with me. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you again.